No name, no blame, and no shame. February is Safely Surrendered Baby Awareness Month in Kern County. It allows a distressed birth parent to legally, confidentially, and safely surrender their newborn, no questions asked.
Kern County Human Services is trying to spread awareness, and Eyewitness News reporter Celine Stevens spoke with the department to learn more about what people should know. Celine?
Michael Rochelle, that's right. The Safely Surrendered Baby Law was signed into law in 2001 with the intent to save the lives of newborn infants at risk of abandonment. Although in recent years the number of babies surrendered has decreased, it's something that still happens today. Here's what you need to know in case you know someone in crisis.
Before this law happened or was enacted, people were putting babies in dumpsters, which is so unnecessary. And so I'm really happy there is a law like this.
That law that Jana Slagle with the Kern County Department of Human Services is referring to is the Safely Surrendered Baby Law.
So it basically says in California that if you are in a crisis pregnancy and considering abandoning your baby, this option is much better. And so people who are in that situation could surrender their baby to a fire station or hospital emergency room staff.
In Kern County, all parents or people with legal custody must do is give the baby to a staff member at one of those locations. No names will be asked, and no other information is required to be given. The baby only has to be unharmed, and it must be done within 72 hours of birth. If the parent changes their mind,
the surrendering parent is given a bracelet, and the baby is also given a bracelet that match, because they have 14 days if something happens and they change their mind.
Slagle says that all babies that were surrendered in Kern County have been adopted. In the county, a total of 98 babies have been safely surrendered since 2006, with 3 being surrendered in 2023, according to the county's Department of Human Services. Meanwhile, the state's Department of Social Services revealed a total of 1,341 babies have been safely surrendered since 2001.
You see so many people that have situations that are very challenging: domestic violence, poverty, so many different situations, trafficking even.
Slagle says people should realize it's rarely ever a simple decision to surrender your baby, but sometimes it's necessary to give them a better life.
We realize it takes courage for someone to recognize that they're in a situation where they can't take care of their baby. Just making sure they know this is an option. You've carried this baby to term and you still are, not in a good spot. It's just one of many options, but it's life-giving.
Next week, the Board of Supervisors will proclaim February Safely Surrendered Baby Awareness Month in Kern County, and there will also be a press conference where the parents of a child who was safely surrendered 10 years ago will be present to share their story. Live in studio, Celine Stevens, Eyewitness News.